Hello, and welcome to Pure Listening. Today, we will talk about my last summer vacation. I love summer. Summer is my favorite time of the year. The weather is hot, the days are long, and everyone feels happy. Last year, I had a very special summer vacation. I went to a beautiful place near the ocean. I want to tell you all about my trip. First, I had to plan the trip. Planning is very important. I looked at my calendar. I had 2 weeks of free time. I was very excited. I wanted to go somewhere with a beach. I wanted to swim in the water and see the blue sky. I looked at many pictures on the internet. Finally, I chose a small island. It looked quiet and peaceful. Then, I had to pack my bag. I have a big blue suitcase. I opened my suitcase on my bed. What did I need? I needed my summer clothes. I put in my t-shirts. I put in my shorts. I put in my swimming suit. I also packed my sunglasses and a hat to protect my head from the sun. I did not forget my camera. I love taking photos. I wanted to take many photos of my vacation. The day of the trip arrived. I woke up very early in the morning. It was 5 a.m. I was tired, but I was also very happy. I drank a cup of coffee and ate a small breakfast. Then I called a taxi. The taxi came to my house. The driver was a nice man. He put my blue suitcase in the car. We drove to the airport. The airport was very big and busy. There were many people there. Some people were going on vacation, like me. Some people were going to work. Everyone was walking fast. I went to the check-in desk. I gave the woman my ticket and my passport. She smiled at me. She gave me my boarding pass. I walked to the gate. I waited for my airplane. I looked out the window and saw many big planes. I like airplanes. I think they are amazing. Finally, it was time to get on the plane. I found my seat. I sat near the window. I love the window seat because I can see the clouds. The plane took off. We went up, up, up into the sky. The houses looked very small. The cars looked like little toys. We flew for 3 hours. I read a book and listened to music. It was a relaxing flight. When we arrived, the weather was different. It was very hot and humid, but the air smelled like the ocean. I was so happy to be there. I took a bus to my hotel. My hotel was small and white. It was near the beach. I walked into the lobby. The receptionist was very friendly. She gave me the key to my room. My room was on the 2nd floor. I walked up the stairs and opened the door. The room was clean and bright. There was a big bed with white sheets. There was a small table and a chair. But the best thing was the balcony. I opened the door to the balcony. I could see the ocean. The ocean was very blue. I could hear the sound of the waves. It was a beautiful sound. I stood there for a long time. I breathed in the fresh air. I felt very lucky. The next morning, I went to the beach. The sand was soft and yellow. The sun was hot. I walked on the sand without my shoes. It felt warm on my feet. I sat down and looked at the water. There were many people on the beach. Children were playing in the sand. They were making sand castles. People were swimming in the water. I ran into the water. It was cold at first, but then it felt good. I swam for 1 hour. I love swimming. It is good exercise, and it makes me feel strong. After swimming, I was hungry. I walked to a small restaurant on the beach. I ordered fresh fish and a salad. The food was delicious. The fish was cooked with lemon and herbs. The salad had tomatoes, cucumbers, and onions. I drank a glass of cold orange juice. It was the best lunch of my life. Every day, I did something new. One day, I visited a local market. The market was colorful and noisy. People were selling fruit, vegetables, and clothes. I saw fruits that I did not know. I asked the seller, "What is this?" She told me it was a mango. She gave me a piece to try. It was sweet and juicy. I bought 3 mangoes. I also bought some gifts for my family. I bought a necklace for my mother. I bought a t-shirt for my brother. I wanted to bring something nice back home. Another day, I went for a long walk in the nature. I walked up a small hill. The path was green and beautiful. I saw many trees and flowers. The flowers were red, yellow, and purple. I saw a small bird in a tree. It was singing a song. I took a photo of the bird. When I reached the top of the hill, I looked down and I could see the whole island. I could see the white hotel, the yellow beach, and the blue ocean. It was a perfect view. In the evenings, the island was very quiet. I liked to walk by the water at sunset. The sky changed colors. It turned orange, pink, and purple. The sun went down into the water. It was very romantic and peaceful. At night, I usually ate dinner outside. The weather was warm even at night. I tried many new foods. I ate spicy soup. I ate grilled chicken. I ate sweet desserts. I talked to the waiters. They taught me some words in their language. It was fun to learn new words. On my last night, I sat on my balcony again. I looked at the stars. There were millions of stars in the dark sky. In the city, I cannot see the stars because of the lights, but here, the stars were very bright. I felt a little sad. I did not want to leave. I wanted to stay on the island forever, but I knew I had to go back to my normal life. The next morning, I packed my blue suitcase again. I put my clothes inside. I put my gifts inside. I said goodbye to the room. I said goodbye to the ocean view. I took a taxi back to the airport. The plane ride home was long. I slept on the plane. When I arrived home, it was raining. The weather was cold and gray, but I was not sad. I was happy because I had wonderful memories. I opened my suitcase and took out the mangoes. I ate a mango in my kitchen. It tasted like sunshine. I looked at my photos. I saw the blue water and the green hill. I smiled. It was a very good vacation. Travel is important. It helps us relax. I'm already planning my next trip. Maybe next year I will go to the mountains, or maybe I will go to a big city. I don't know yet, but I know it will be an adventure. Thank you for listening to my story about my summer vacation. Please remember, if you want to read this text, I have created a PDF document for you. You can download it for free from the link below in the description box.